Stop for a second and pay attention to something unusual about where you are in life right now. The world around you might seem completely normal. People are going through their daily habits, having the same conversations over and over, stressing about the same things they were stressing about last week. On the outside, nothing seems out of the ordinary. And yet, somewhere deep within you, there is a faint signal whispering that something is on its way. Not tomorrow, not eventually. Something very specific, something tied directly to this coming Sunday. Stay with me all the way to the end of this message. When you do, drop your warmest wishes in the comments and type 99, because the energy in your words matters, and whatever you put out into the world comes back to you. And if this message speaks to something inside you, stay connected so you never miss what follows. Now listen closely, because this message was not made for everyone. Most people will keep scrolling without feeling a single thing. Their focus is all over the place. Their thoughts are racing. Their inner awareness has been buried under layers of constant noise. But you stopped. And the reason you stopped is because something inside your mind picked up on a signal. The chosen always sense the signal. Not always right away. It starts as a slight tension along your back, a soft alertness just behind your eyes, a strange awareness rippling through your nervous system like electricity moving beneath the surface of your everyday thoughts. Your breathing grows a little deeper. Your mind grows a little calmer. And then you begin picking up on patterns that most people completely miss. This is how sacred moments find the chosen ones, quietly and without warning. Ancient scripture pointed toward this truth long ago, though the real meaning was rarely explained plainly. In Ecclesiastes, it says, "He has made everything beautiful in its time." Most people treat this as poetic comfort. But those with an awakened mind understand something far deeper. Divine timing moves like an invisible framework beneath the surface of life's events. And right now, chosen one, you are standing right at the edge of one of those moments. Sunday is not just a day on the calendar. It is a crossing point. But here is what most people never grasp. When a sacred turning point draws near, the first signs show up inside your body before anything shifts in the outside world. Your brain begins processing things differently. Your spine carries quiet electrical messages through your nervous system. Your heartbeat begins syncing with slower, deeper breathing. You may have already noticed this. Moments of sudden clarity. Moments when the world's noise seems to fade away. Moments when you sense that something meaningful is approaching, even if you cannot put it into words. These are not accidents. These are signals. In the Gospel of John, there is a line that most people glance over. It says, "The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not understood it." Think carefully about what that really means. The light does not wait for the darkness to catch up. The light simply shows up, and only those with sharpened awareness can see it. Chosen ones recognize it instantly. This is why you often feel set apart from the crowd around you. Your mind picks up on signals others cannot detect. Your intuition notices patterns others brush aside. Your awareness moves through layers of reality that remain completely invisible to most people. And because of this, certain moments in your life carry an unusual kind of weight. Sunday is one of those moments, not because a calendar declared it, but because the rhythms inside the human body and the rhythms of divine timing often line up in ways that almost no one ever studies. Your brain runs on cycles. Your breathing follows cycles. Even your blood pressure rises and falls in subtle patterns throughout the week. Ancient spiritual teachers understood this well. They recognized that certain days become energetic gateways when consciousness is ready to shift. And when that gateway opens, the chosen feel it first as a quiet pressure in the mind, a gentle alertness in the spine, a deep stillness rising within the breath. If you have sensed any of that recently, it means you are already moving toward the threshold. But there is something you must do to align yourself properly when that moment arrives. There is a small, nearly forgotten ritual that helps the chosen bring their mind and body into sync before a divine turning point. Tonight, or whenever you can find silence, sit somewhere comfortable and keep your back straight. Gently close your eyes. Rest one hand over your heart and one hand just below your navel. Now take 7 slow, steady breaths. With each inhale, picture a soft light entering through the crown of your head. With each exhale, picture that light traveling down your spine and spreading through your body like a gentle current. Do not force it. Simply let it happen. This process does something quiet but meaningful. It settles the electrical activity in your brain. It brings your breath and heartbeat into a shared rhythm. And when the brain and heart are moving together, the mind becomes unusually clear. Clarity is exactly what prepares the chosen for divine moments. Most people will walk into Sunday completely distracted. Their focus will be scattered in a dozen directions. Their thoughts will be restless. They will move through the entire day without noticing anything out of the ordinary. But you will be awake and watching. Because once your awareness becomes sharp enough, the signs start revealing themselves. And in the next section of this message, you will begin to understand something that very few people are ever told. Why certain Sundays throughout history became turning points in the lives of those who were chosen. And why this coming Sunday may already be quietly moving towards you, like a door that has been slowly opening long before you ever knew it was there. Chosen one. The unusual thing about divine turning points is that they almost never look extraordinary when they first appear. There are no fanfares, no bold announcements, no visible markers telling the world that something sacred has just shifted. To an ordinary mind, Sunday will look exactly like every other Sunday. The same morning light, the same streets, the same familiar routines playing out the way they always do. But the chosen do not experience the world through its surface. You experience it through patterns, through vibration, through the soft signals moving beneath the noise. And that is why this message found its way to you. Because before real change arrives, something inside the chosen begins quietly preparing them. The brain becomes slightly more alert. The breath deepens on its own. The spine feels almost like a silent antenna, picking up something from beyond the everyday world. Most people push these sensations aside without a second thought, but the chosen recognize them for what they are. There is a line tucked inside the Psalms that hints at this mysterious kind of preparation. It says, "Be still and know that I am God." Many read this verse as simple advice about staying calm. But the meaning underneath is far more powerful. Stillness is not about being passive. Stillness is a condition where the brain and heart become quiet enough to receive signals that a restless mind simply cannot pick up. When the mind grows still, the signal grows clear. And right now, chosen one, something inside you is growing still. You may have already noticed that certain distractions no longer pull at you the way they used to. Conversations that once grabbed your attention now feel hollow. Your awareness has begun to turn inward, almost as though your mind is searching for something deeper than what everyday life can provide. This is not withdrawal. This is alignment. When a divine shift is drawing close, the chosen often enter a phase where the outside world feels slightly removed. It is not isolation. It is recalibration. Your brain is reorganizing how it reads reality. Your nervous system is sorting through information differently than before. Even your breathing begins settling into a slower, more balanced rhythm. And when that rhythm stabilizes, something remarkable begins to take place. Your intuition sharpens. Your perception brightens. Your attention begins catching small details that most people pass right by without ever noticing. This is one of the hidden gifts of the chosen. Your mind begins reading reality the way a skilled navigator reads the stars. But here is something that almost no one is told. When a turning point is near, the body itself becomes part of the preparation process. Your spine, the central column of your nervous system, carries electrical impulses back and forth between your brain and the rest of your body. These signals shape the way you interpret everything around you. When your breathing is calm and your attention is focused, the signals traveling through your spine begin matching the rhythm of your heart. And when the brain, spine, breath, and heartbeat all begin moving in harmony, your consciousness becomes extraordinarily clear. Ancient spiritual teachers understood this deeply, even though they described it in different languages. They spoke of light rising within a person. They spoke of awakening. They described the moment someone begins seeing the world through entirely new eyes. In Proverbs, it is written, "The spirit of man is the lamp of the Lord. Searching all the inward parts, consider that carefully." Your spirit is called a lamp. A lamp reveals what was hiding in the dark. And as the chosen approaches a season of change, that inner lamp begins to glow more brightly. Patterns in your life that once seemed scattered begin making sense. Struggles that once felt pointless begin showing their purpose. Certain past events that once looked like setbacks suddenly appear to have been preparing you all along. This is how divine timing reveals itself, not through chaos, but through growing clarity. And that clarity almost always arrives just before a threshold moment. Sunday is one of those thresholds. But to truly recognize it, you must sharpen your inner awareness. There is a second sacred practice that helps chosen individuals strengthen their perception before a major shift takes place. Tonight, or whenever you find a quiet space, try this simple process. Sit somewhere comfortable and close your eyes. Keep your spine straight so that your breath can move freely through your body. Now inhale slowly through your nose for 4 seconds. Hold that breath gently for 4 seconds. Then exhale slowly through your mouth for 4 seconds. Repeat this cycle 7 times. While you breathe, bring your attention to the center of your forehead, the spot just between your eyebrows. Picture a faint point of light there, like a tiny star glowing inside your mind. With every breath, imagine that light growing just a little bit brighter. This exercise does something quiet but significant. It settles the brain's restless chatter and draws your awareness into one focused point. Over time, your perception sharpens and your intuition becomes far more reliable. This is how the chosen prepare themselves before meaningful moments arrive. Not through noise and rushing, but through stillness and clarity. Most people will arrive at Sunday completely caught up in the usual business of life. They will wake up preoccupied with minor worries, small plans, and familiar concerns. Their attention will pull in every direction at once. But the chosen move differently. You observe. You sense. You feel the signals before they fully take shape. And this is where the deeper mystery begins to unfold. Because in the next part of this message, you will come to understand something even more unusual. Why certain days act as mirrors of destiny. And why, when the chosen step across those moments, the world around them begins shifting in ways that ordinary minds simply cannot explain. Chosen one. By now, you may already feel the quiet weight of something drawing closer. Not fear, not excitement, but something more grounded than either. A still awareness moving through your mind and body, like the calm that settles in just before a powerful change in weather. Most people would push that sensation aside. They would smother it with distractions, noise, and constant busyness. But the chosen never ignore these signals, because the chosen understands something that the world has long forgotten. Certain moments in time carry a weight that ordinary moments do not. And Sunday is one of those moments. The world will pass through that day as though nothing significant is happening. The streets will look familiar. The routines will repeat themselves. Conversations will sound like echoes of conversations already had. But beneath the visible surface of daily life, something far more subtle will be unfolding. A shift, a crossing, a quiet realignment between who you have been and who you were always meant to be. Scripture has always hinted at these hidden turning points. In the book of Romans, it says, "The night is far gone. The day is at hand. Let us cast off the works of darkness and put on the armor of light." Most people receive that as moral instruction. But those who are truly awake recognize it as a description of transformation itself. Darkness here represents confusion, distraction, and sleepwalking through life. Light represents clarity, awareness, and living in step with divine timing. When someone moves into a season of real change, it often feels like stepping from one state of being into another. Not all at once, but undeniably. That is what this Sunday represents. A threshold. But here is the deeper truth that the majority of people never fully grasp. Turning points do not push themselves into your life uninvited. They reveal themselves only when your awareness becomes sharp enough to recognize them. This is exactly why preparation is so important. Your brain is not simply a machine that generates thoughts. It is a receiver. Your spine is not just a structure that keeps your body upright. It is a conductor of signals. Your breath is not merely air filling your lungs. It is the rhythm that governs your entire nervous system. When all of these systems work in harmony, perception sharpens into something remarkable. And when perception sharpens, something fascinating begins taking place. You start noticing opportunities that others walk right past. You start seeing doors that others never even realize are there. You start reading patterns in what once appeared to be random events. This is the quiet, steady power of the chosen mind. Proverbs touches on this again with a line that often goes unnoticed. The path of the righteous shines brighter and brighter until the full day. Notice the progression. The light builds gradually. Awareness expands one step at a time. Clarity deepens with every moment you remain present and attentive. That is precisely how divine shifts unfold in a person's life. Sunday will not announce itself in a dramatic way. It will reveal itself through small and quiet signs. A realization that suddenly clicks into place. A conversation that opens a door you were not expecting. A choice that feels surprisingly effortless compared to all the ones that came before it. These are the signals, and those who are truly awake will catch them. But there is one final practice that helps chosen individuals anchor themselves before stepping forward into a new chapter. On the morning of Sunday, before the world begins pulling your attention outward in all directions, take a few quiet minutes to center yourself. Stand up straight. Draw a slow breath in through your nose. Feel that breath travel deep into your lungs and spread through your body. As you exhale, picture a gentle light moving from the center of your mind down through your spine and into your heart. Do this 7 times. With each breath, allow your thoughts to grow quieter. Allow your body to settle. Allow your awareness to become sharper and more focused. This simple ritual carries real power. It brings the brain, the breath, and the heart into one unified rhythm. When that rhythm takes hold, your mind reaches a level of clarity that is stronger than anything the outside world can throw at it. And your intuition becomes more reliable than the loudest voices around you. This is the condition in which chosen individuals recognize the doors placed in front of them. Most people will pass through Sunday without registering anything out of the ordinary. But the chosen will feel the shift. Not everyone was meant to come across a message like this. Not everyone was meant to sense the moment that is quietly approaching. But if you are here, if these words are landing somewhere deep inside you, if you feel quiet certainty rather than doubt or confusion, then there is a reason for that. You were meant to notice. Because when a chosen soul finally sees the turning point that has been set in front of them, something truly remarkable begins to unfold. Life stops feeling like a series of random accidents. Events stop feeling like they simply happen to you. The path begins revealing itself, one step at a time. And the moment you truly understand that Sunday is not just another ordinary day is the very moment everything begins to change.